You can't argue the fact that the Pokemon market has taken a bit of a downturn over the past couple of weeks. I'm sure if you have your collection tracked in the collector app, you're seeing that graph start to just go down. Mine hit its all-time high back on October 9th, and since it's down about $13,000. That's a pretty significant price change. But with the growth over the last year, that huge percent growth, it's okay for prices to retrace a little bit. And that's going to lead me into the topic of today's video of what I'm still buying in the down market. There's a lot of good potential out there right now, a lot of products and singles that have been really high over the past year that have finally started to retrace, settle down, and some of them are actually at lower prices than they've been in the last 6 months. So today we'll go through some sealed product and some singles as well as some slabs and talk about what I'm currently picking up. But before that, we're going to rapid fire through some announcements. My online store, hyperraretcg.com, we're running 10% off site-wide. Canadian customers only, we only ship within Canada, but if you're in Canada and you're looking to pick up some cards, pick up some products and support me and the channel, then check out hyperraretcg.com. Everything is 10% off until December 2nd. Next up, I'm vending 2 shows this weekend. We've got Hobbyverse on Saturday in Markham, and we're doing the Peterborough card show in Peterborough on the Sunday. I'll be at the Hyperrare TCG booth. We're buying, selling, trading, all of that as always. Bring your cards, stop by and say hi if you're in the area. And lastly, starting December 1st, I'm running holiday giveaways throughout the entirety of December. All the way from December 1st to the 31st, we'll have giveaways in every single video. Whether it's sealed product, singles, slabs, or even card accessories, we'll be giving away something. So check out the videos all through December to enter to win some free goodies. All right, now let's get into it. What I'm buying in the down market. First up, we've got Brilliant Stars booster boxes. Brilliant Stars booster boxes down pretty significantly right now. It spiked up to about $550, and right now you can buy it for $415. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you would know I love Brilliant Stars. I think it is a very strong set. I think it is underrated, and it should see some great potential in the future. It's got the best trainer gallery. The Evolutions, the Mimikyu, like anything from the yellow borders to the textured cards, the SIRs, like it's all really good. You've also got Charizard chases. You've got the Altart Arceus. The Lumineon is also beautiful, kind of an underrated card. And when you look at this price point, $415, that is actually cheaper than Silver Tempest right now. Silver Tempest is about $437. It might hold that value because of the Rayquaza and the Lugia, but other than that, like depth of Silver Tempest is just not there, where Brilliant Stars has a lot of depth. Astral Radiance as well. It's only about $10 cheaper than Brilliant Stars at $408. I don't know about you. I think Brilliant Stars is better than both Silver Tempest and Astral Radiance. I do think that Lugia Altart is better than the Charizard Altart, but at the same time, like I said, depth. There are a lot of solid hits in Brilliant Stars where Silver Tempest is very top heavy, and Astral Radiance is kind of more niche with the Legends Arceus Pokemon. You've got the Origin Form Dialga and Palkia. There are some bangers in that Starmie and Garchomp, but either way, I think Brilliant Stars is on another level from these two sets, and it should be worth more, and I do think in the future it's going to age very well. Next up, Crown Zenith ETBs. They have kind of backed off a little bit. They hit their high back in September of about $230. Right now, about $196. Obviously, this is still up like 200% from what it was a year ago. You could have got these really cheap. There was opportunity, plenty of opportunity with Crown Zenith. But if you didn't get any or you want to get some more, now might be a good time to think about buying some. I doubt it's going to dip too much more. And obviously, this will not be reprinted. What's out there is out there. It's a safe investment. I think that's the key right now with a lot of the Scarlet and Violet stuff going down, and even like Sword and Shield stuff as we see going down. It's safer to put that money into Sword and Shield product as more of it won't hit the market. Every day it's getting opened up. There's going to be less and less of it every single day. It's safer to throw money into this than something like Phantasmal Flames or Destined Rivals, for example. Another ETB, we've got Celebrations. It's down quite a bit as well. This was up to about $265. Right now you can grab it for $205. I'm surprised this dipped down so much before the 30th anniversary is even here, but maybe people pumped it kind of in excitement and expectation that it was just going to keep flying. As soon as it leveled out, they were just like, no, we made our money. We got 2x. We're done, and sold it. It's still up about 2x from what it was a year ago. It was going for about $90. But I think Celebrations is still going to see some growth over the next year. And hell, even if you're in this for the long term, if you hold Celebrations until like the 35th or 40th anniversary or something, it's going to do well. A holiday set will always age well. And this ETB is a great commemoration of the holiday set with that awesome Pikachu logo right there in the middle of the box. We're stuck on holiday sets right now. Paldean Fates ETBs are down quite a lot. They saw a high of about $300. Right now they're going for $235. Obviously, a lot of Paldean Fates has hit the market between the booster bundles, the tech stickers, and that new Great Tusk premium collection. So Paldean Fates as a whole is down, but now would be a good time to grab those ETBs if you don't have one yet. I know I've mentioned it in the past. I didn't think Paldean Fates would take off as quickly as it did, so I kept barely anything sealed. Thankfully, I hit that Walmart drop and I got some Great Tusk boxes, so I have some Paldean Fates stored now. But other than that, it's just PC ETBs and one of those Charizard tins. I think everyone has decided Paldean Fates is one of the better sets of the Scarlet and Violet era. The shiny special illustration rares have kind of been cemented as some of the best cards, very iconic cards of the generation as well. So I don't think this set will get much cheaper. Like, it seems to be already looking like it's going to start going up again. If it goes down to $200, I'd be surprised. I really doubt it would go below that. Might be worth picking up if you want some more Paldean Fates. Another Paldean Fates product that hasn't really gone down at all, it's just started to level out, is the Charizard tin. The reason this is on the list isn't necessarily to pick it up, but just to show similarities to what we're going to talk about next on the list. But this Charizard tin, it went all the way up. It was like $55, right? Like retails on what, like $30 on this, $35. It's up to $135. And like I said, it hasn't dipped yet. It looks like it's kind of leveled out. It's slowed down. Not a ton of these sell because it's very expensive for only 5 packs. It's one of those products you want to keep sealed and display. But like I said, value $135. If you look back a couple generations at the Hidden Fates Charizard tin, it's $131, $132. It's $2 cheaper to pick up the Hidden Fates Charizard tin. The reason I'm comparing the two, man, if you have a bunch of these Paldean Fates Charizard tins, it might be worthwhile selling a couple of them off and picking up the Hidden Fates Charizard tins. Hidden Fates is obviously a lot older of a set, arguably better. I think the only major difference is the special illustration rares, but with so many iconic Pokemon getting shinies in Hidden Fates compared to sets like Shining Fates or Paldean Fates, Hidden Fates has a way better shiny vault as a whole. It's just those top 3 hits in Paldean Fates are major. That being said, if you don't have a position on Hidden Fates, you have no Hidden Fates in your collection, I think it'd be worth selling off some Paldean Fates Charizard tins. Say you have 10 of them. Maybe sell off 3 or 4, pick up a couple of these Hidden Fates Charizard tins. They're up a lot over the last year, but I feel like this is a very safe product, and I highly doubt it'll drop anything if it does. We'll talk about the Hidden Fates ETB real quick as well. This one has backed off a little bit. Obviously, we saw it hit a high of $425 there. It's up a lot from $200 a year ago. Right now, it's back down to about $400, so it's down $25. I think this is one of those iconic products to have in your sealed collection. If you don't have one, I would consider picking one up. Now might be the best price. Like, it could go down a little more, maybe $350, but being so old, and again, being such an iconic set, the set that kind of like pushed out the full art shinies, it brought a lot of people back into the hobby. There was like Evolutions, then Hidden Fates, then Champion's Path, then 151, it seems. I guess maybe Celebrations in there as well. But Hidden Fates is a major set, a beautiful ETB, definitely worth picking up. And at this price point, like, man, you could sell like a 151 ETB or something like that and pick this up and still have extra cash on the side. Last but not least, we're talking about a bit of a sleeper and a bit of a dud. We've got Shrouded Fable. I know Shrouded Fable is kind of a garbage set. It's not going to see a ton of growth, but I think it is a safe product. If you were looking to just spend a little bit of extra money on a box that you're hoping will age slowly, this is it. It's the cheapest ETB, $73 right now. Obviously, a year ago, it was like $35 and nobody wanted it. But I doubt it's going to get any reprints. I don't see Pokemon being like, we need more Shrouded Fable. You know what set everybody wants? Shrouded Fable. Let's dump more ETBs. That's not happening. I think this is a very safe pickup at this price. Like I said, if you're looking to just spend like $100 or $150, you could buy 2 of these for $150. Throw them in the closet. I bet in the next like 3 years, it'll be like $150. Slow and steady growth with this one. It's not anything that you're going to be able to, make money real quick on. All right, now we're going to talk about the singles. We're going to hop into collector. I'm going to try to fire through some of these. I recorded this video once and it was like a 50-minute recording. I don't think anyone cares to listen to me talk about these singles for 50 minutes. So we're going to fire through. We've got Amazing Rares. Amazing Rares have kind of seen a little bit of hype recently. a little bit of hype. Not really hype, maybe more attention is a better word. These cards were super cheap. You could grab them for $1, $2. I remember seeing people picking up these amazing rare Rayquazas in the hundreds for $2 a pop. Right now they're $14 and they were up a lot more than that. I think they were going for over 20 a couple weeks ago. I opened up a lot of Shining Fates and Vivid Voltage. I have a ton of these. I always take them in trades and set them off to the side. Just, you never know what's going to kind of boom in value. And being such a small, unique little subset here, there's only 9 of them. They look great together on one binder page if you have a 9 pocket. If you have a 12 pocket, you can put it on a spread with all the Radiant rares and the Amazing rares. They look really good together. But a lot of these are up a little bit, like the Jirachi, the Rayquaza, the Celebi, the Raikou. They're all up to like $4 or $5. A lot of these were only $1 not long ago. And like I said, I feel like there's potential with these little tiny purchases that could amount to bigger numbers in the long haul. If you're buying like 10 Jirachis for $5, who knows? Maybe they'll be $10 in the next year or two. We'll jump into some newer cards. We've got the Scizor. I always talk about the Scizor. Right now, it's actually on its way to being the lowest it's been since the start of 2025. It's going for about $8. Surprising because Obsidian Flames is kind of like done with. I don't think there's a lot of it hitting collection boxes right now. And this card was $17 at one point, so it very well could go up. It's less than half of its all-time high at the moment. The PSA 10 as well. This card looks great in a 10. I know, I talk about this card a lot. I think Scizor is one of the better IRs. I also feel like it has very good potential with Mega Scizor probably coming out in a future set, maybe even Mega Dream and Ascended Heroes. We could see a Mega Scizor, Mega Attack Rare, the new comic book style card. That could look really cool. Maybe people will be like, damn, you know what? I actually love Scizor. Could see a little spike in popularity. But right now, the PSA 10, $184. Used to be going for over $280. I don't see why not. I feel like a lot of these PSA 10 IRs are good pickups because the gem rate is so low on them. Stellar Crown Bulbasaur is probably going to continue to dip. The raw copy has been as high as $70. Recently, it did see another spike up to 65 and is now on its way down at about 55. Its low point was in the 40s. Like, you could get this card as low as like $40 in the last year. I don't know if it'll get that cheap again. I think this is one of the top illustration rares of the entire Scarlet and Violet block. I feel like it would also be a better pickup in a PSA 10. The value of the 10 has dropped down to about $230. It was going for about $310, but again, you could have picked this up for $150 about 6 months ago. So I don't know if you want to pick it up for $230 when you can see it was $150, but you can also see it was going for $310. I do think long term this is going to be a good one in a lot of collections. A lot of people will like this. There'll always be Bulbasaur fans, Bulbasaur buyers. It's a 151 original. It's better than the 151 illustration rare, and there's probably less of them graded right now at least. If you want to pick up the raw copy, I'd wait a few months and maybe pick it up when it goes sub $50. You've also got the Surging Sparks Latios. This one is plummeting. This is its 1 year low right now, actually, at about $23, the cheapest it's ever been. I'd imagine it'll go sub $20. There's a ton of Surging Sparks hitting the market right now, and that's just going to make this card go down even more. The PSA 10 is also dropping. It saw a spike of 270. Now it's going for 166. I feel like this is a card, if you don't have one and you want one, look at picking it up in the next 1 to 3 months. I feel like maybe January is going to be the time when everyone opens up their Christmas packs and sells off their dupes. This will probably be a card that keeps going down. And again, the PSA 10, like $166 for the 10, I think is definitely worth it, especially looking at the gem rate of some of these cards. You've also got the Latios SIR to go with this. There's the Mesprit as well. We're not going to talk about the Mesprit, but I think the Mesprit is a bit of a sleeper just to have the 3 together. Latios is going for 166. It's kind of spiked up to 190 there, is backing off, but like I just said with Latios, there's a lot of Surging Sparks getting opened up, a lot of it on the market right now. It's going to cause these chase cards to go down in price. The 10 is still a little bit more expensive at about $575. So if you're looking for this card, I'd probably try to find a clean raw copy and grade it yourself, or just make some plays on the raw copies. I feel like the PSA 10 could go down quite a bit more considering it was selling below 400. I don't think I'd want to pay $575 at the moment on it. In Ascended Heroes, we're getting more Trainers Pokemon, and we're getting En's Zekrom. That leads me to think that maybe En's Reshiram will get a little bit of a hype spike. More people will want to throw it in their collection or in their binder with Zekrom. Right now it's about 15 bucks. Solid pickup, I feel like. I think there's good potential. This is another beautiful illustration rare. There are a lot of good ones, but I feel like the ones we've talked about so far in this video are some of the top few, or maybe not top 10, but the top of the list for sure out of the hundreds that exist. The PSA 10 on this one as well is pretty cheap, 156 bucks. I feel like it's worth picking up. I don't know if you want to grab the box topper version with the Journey Together logo. I feel like the PSA 10 is going to be a little more rare for the box topper, but either one is cool. They're both really cool. It's just if you like having that logo branded on your card or not. Another Journey Together hit, we've got the Articuno. Right now, 17 bucks. I think people have decided Articuno is one of the best IRs. Really nice colors here. The blue, like wintertime, I feel like maybe this card could see a little bit of a spike as well. The PSA 10's going for about 170. Again, I feel like the PSA 10s for a lot of these IRs are relatively cheap considering the gem rate, but it's really down to what you enjoy. Like if you're just collecting a cool binder, you could pick up 10 of these for the price of the PSA 10, but if you like slabs, the price of the PSA 10 is pretty solid in my opinion. It's been as high as like $300. Even recently, it was like $230. Looks like it will go down 170. More Journey Together, just like Surging Sparks. A lot of Journey Together on the market right now. This card could continue to go down, especially that graded copy. As more and more come back from PSA, the turnaround times is crazy there. So a lot of these cards will go down as more and more of them return home to whoever sent them out for grading. Last up from Journey Together, we got N Zoroark. It's flatlined for about 60 bucks right now. The PSA 10 has been selling pretty cheap as well. You could pick it up for 175, almost as cheap as the Articuno. I don't know if N and Zoroark are as popular as Articuno. I feel like N is a popular trainer. Zoroark is a really cool Pokemon. There are a lot of Zoroark fans out there. This is one of those cards I maybe wouldn't bother picking up the raw copy, considering the PSA 10 is like, what, 3x the raw copy, whereas the PSA 10 of like the Articuno is 10x the raw copy. The price doesn't really correlate. I picked one up recently for about this price. I feel like it's a solid pickup. It's going to do well. I really don't think this card will go below 150. So I feel like it's a pretty safe pickup. Some newer cards, we've got the Celebi from Fusion Strike, the Celebi Alt Art. The raw copy is down right now from its high of $77, right now about 59, maybe 60 bucks. If you listen to midweek Machamps like Jarchomp and Oyama's Trading, they've talked about this card in the past episode. The PSA 10 spiked up like crazy. Like it was going for 180 all the way up to 450. And is now sitting at about 290. I think 290 is a solid price for this card. I definitely feel like with Fusion Strike getting older and more expensive, this card is safe. Like, I really don't see it going down too much, but at this price point, I would definitely consider picking it up. You've also got the Espeon VMAX. This is a weird one because a lot of the VMAXs, like the Alt Art VMAX cards, the raw copies have stayed pretty high, but the 10s have dropped off a little bit. The raw copy is sitting at about 332. The 10 was 765, now it's going for 655. So down 110 bucks, whereas the raw copy has not moved. It's moved about $10 over the past month. I think a lot of the Evolution Alt Arts and PSA 10s specifically are very good holds at the moment. They're kind of iconic. They're all better than the ones from Prismatic Evolution in my opinion, so I don't see why not pick these up. I feel like more people are going to be gravitated towards them in the future as well. Very similarly, you've got the Leafeon. This one's from Evolving Skies, but the raw copy has been pretty stagnant between 350 and 400 over the past 2 to 3 months. The 10 though has dropped significantly. It was up to 650. Now it's going for about 575. It even saw a low there of 550, so it's gone down a good bit. I'm going to try to grab all these. I have the Espeon and the Umbreon. I feel like I need Leafeon, Glaceon, Sylveon. Like, I might as well get them all, right? I've got 2 of them. Why not? I think now's the time. If you don't have these cards already in your collection, maybe sell off some more modern slabs or modern singles and pick these up. I feel like they are not going to go down too much more, just like I said with the Celebi and the Espeon. We've got 4 more cards. Thank you for hanging in for this video. If you're still watching and you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. Really goes a long way in helping the channel grow. But next up, we've got the Magikarp. The Magikarp has like almost fallen off a cliff over the past couple of weeks. October 7th, it was going for over $400. Today, it's going for $278. That's a pretty major price drop and one I did not expect. This card is older. It's iconic. It's a fan favorite Pokemon. It checks all the boxes. I don't see why it's really dropped that much. It's almost the cheapest it's been since March of this year at about 280. I don't know if this card will go sub 250. I think if you don't have one in your collection, now is probably one of the best times to pick it up. Like I said, I don't know why people would be selling Paldea Evolved right now. I feel like Paldea Evolved is a major set. There's been rumors of it getting reprinted. I highly doubt it will. It's old enough that it's relatively safe. Like, I'm over here thinking Twilight Masquerade might not get reprinted. I don't know why people are expecting Paldea Evolved to get reprinted. I know there's been rumors, but there's rumors about everything all the time. I guess though, man, maybe if you had a bunch of these, you picked them up at 150, sure, sell them at 400, take those realized gains and move on. But if you don't have one, now is the time. Same with the PSA 10. I don't know if I would want to pick up a PSA 10 considering they were $2,500 and now they're going for about 1,940. Very expensive card, but at the same time, the gem rate is difficult on this. I feel like the raw copies have probably been picked through enough that you're not going to find a super minty raw copy sitting at a table at any card shows. Opening up Paldea Evolved is also really tricky, and the pull rate, like getting this hit, is very, very difficult. But just something to keep in mind, I'm not necessarily picking it up. I'd maybe grab a raw copy. If someone wanted to bring me a raw copy and wanted to trade it in or sell it to me, I would consider picking that up. But I don't think I'm going to grab the PSA 10. I don't love this Magikarp enough myself to pay $2,000 for a PSA 10, but a raw copy I could justify grabbing for the collection. All right, and we're going to end the video off with Paldean Fates, the big three from Paldean Fates. As I mentioned earlier in this video, the whole set is down right now. It's a great time to pick up the cards or the sealed product if you don't have any or there's some you've been holding off on. I slacked on picking up this Gardevoir. I did pick a couple copies up, a PSA 9 and a raw copy for pretty good prices, but now might be the time to grab a PSA 10 and sell those off when it eventually goes back up in value. Right now, the raw copy is going for about 125 and the 10 about 350. The 10's down almost $100, like $80 over the past month. The Charizard has seen more of a drop. I think there's a lot of Charizards out there right now. It seems like every once in a while when there's a big Charizard set, people either go crazy and all the Charizards go up, or they get Charizard fatigue and all the Charizards go down. I think people went crazy, hyped up for Charizard, and all the Charizards went up, judging by this graph, from 160 to 315 for the raw copy. But now with Phantasmal Flames out, this card has gone down a lot. I know the Obsidian Flames one has as well. The PSA 10 of this guy hit a high of 886 and is right now going for 665. So that's down, what, $220? Pretty major price drop. I think if you want the PSA 10, that is enough to justify picking it up, seeing it drop over $200 in the course of 2 months. Also considering it's about 3x the price of the raw copy, obviously more raw copies will be hitting the market as people open up more Paldean Fates. But I definitely think that PSA 10 is a solid price at the moment. And lastly, you've got Bubble Mew, a major card, the iconic card of the Scarlet and Violet generation. I know there's arguments about the Sunbreon or whatever, the Moonbreon from Prismatic Evolutions, the Twilight Masquerade Greninja, the Magikarp. I think Bubble Mew is the icon of the generation. It was going for a high of 700. Right now it's going for about 543. I don't know if this card will go down to 500. I've said it before. I feel like a lot of cards have kind of a bottom, like a floor price. If this card hits 500, it might cause a bunch of people to be like, oh man, 500 is a solid price. Let me pick it up. And that'll cause the price to go back up and it'll kind of establish a baseline of like 520 to 550. I definitely want to pick one of these up, but I think I'd rather grab a PSA 10. The 10 is down a few $100. It was going for 2,000. Now it's going for 1,700. More 10s will probably hit the market over the next 6 months, but at the same time, will it get too much cheaper? I don't know. I feel like it's going to catch up to the Moonbreon eventually and be like a staple modern piece. Like, everyone's going to want the Bubble Mew in their collection. It's also kind of important to the history of the TCG. It's like the first modern, like, shiny special illustration rare. We've had like shiny alt art promos and stuff like that in the past, but this shiny SIR Mew is an important piece to the Scarlet and Violet puzzle. I think it stands out as the iconic card, and I feel like it's only going to age well. I highly doubt it'll get much cheaper, and if it does, I'm really believing that it'll rebound and be strong in the long haul. All right, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Just some stuff I have my eyes on right now, some things I'm thinking about picking up. There are a lot of good opportunities right now in a down market. There are plenty of plays you could be making. Let me know in the comments below, what do you have your eyes on? What are you thinking about picking up over the holiday season? I'm always interested to hear what you guys are thinking about down below. Again, check out hyperraretcg.com if you're in Canada and you're looking to pick up some Pokemon cards for Black Friday. The sale ends December 2nd. You can get 10% off site-wide right now. Just check that link in the description. And yeah, that'll be it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace!